1 2 1 2. 1 2 1 2. 1 2 1 2. Huh? Check, check, check. Check, check, check. It's your boy. Where we at? Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. It's your boy Hollywood. We in the building. 1 in the chat if you can hear your boy, man. Check it out in the place to be. If y'all can hear me clearly, man, put a 1 in the chat. Having some technical difficulty. If y'all can hear me, put a 1 in the chat. It's your boy, Heaven Hollywood, Born to Shine Entertainment, IE Network LLC. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Can you hear me clearly? Put a 1 in the chat. Come on, man. What's up with y'all? Put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear me clearly. Come on now. I want to make sure everybody can hear me. Can't be that much of a delay. Hey, ho. Hey, ho. I'm going to get on my other phone. And if I can hear myself clearly and y'all just ain't talking, I'm going to be tight. I see y'all live. I see my mic going. Oh, my goodness. What is up with this, man? Check it out. One, two, in the place to be. Let's go. Check it out. 1 2 1 2. Testing 1 2 1 2. Y'all responding or what? Come on, can y'all hear me? I'm not seeing no response from anybody. Oh my God. 1 2 1 2. Testing. What's going on with my internet, man? I'm gonna have to come off this computer if it's not My internet is not connecting. Solution, let's go. Like, out there, Sexy 60. Whoever else is out there, can y'all hear me? Let me know if y'all can hear me, man. Let me test. I'm going to have to sign on and let me test if y'all can hear me. If y'all can hear me, please, somebody put a 1 in the goddamn chat. One, two, 1, 2. Hold on. Y'all gonna make me get up and get my own phone. 1, 2, 1, 2. Hold on. I can hear myself. Y'all gonna make me get up and get my own phone. I can hear myself clearly. 1, 2, 1, 2. Hold on. I can hear myself. Y'all gonna make me get up and get my own phone. All right, anyway. I can hear myself clearly. I can hear myself, but nobody's responding. Can someone put a 1 in the chat, please? Like, I don't understand. I can hear myself talking, so that means y'all can hear me talking. I can hear myself, but nobody's responding. Can someone put a 1 in the chat, please? Like, I don't understand. I can hear myself talking, so that means y'all can hear me talking. All right. This is crazy. All right. This is crazy. Nobody responding. All right, they said there's 14 people in here, right? But not one person has put anything in the chat. And I hear myself, so I know y'all can hear me. And all y'all ain't at work. So if somebody can hear me, this is going to make me think that you can't hear me. I'm even typing it. Can't post comments of some destination. I hear myself, so I know y'all can hear me. Wow. And all y'all ain't at work. So if somebody can hear me, this is going to make me think that you can't hear me. I'm even typing it. The chat's not working on my end. All right. Y'all can hear me though, right? Y'all can hear me though, right? I don't know why the chat ain't working over here. Okay. Whatever. All right. Since y'all can hear me and I can't see the damn chat, I don't know what the hell's going on with it. But whatever. Whatever, y'all. Whatever is clever. We gonna get on with the mother effing show because I am fired up. Let's go, man.
Gotta get you to see something. I can. Look, one way or another, we gon' get our family up about together. Brother, you was out of pocket, no, I didn't stutter. I drop it back in the trap when investing in the streets, your treasures recover. In this world, you could only rep one or two things that come to the butter. Whoa, you only rep one or two things that the guns in the butter. Whoa, you only rep one or two things that the guns in the butter. I drop it back in the trap when investing in the streets, your treasures recover. In this world, you could only rep one or two things that come to the butter. Sleeping patterns kinda complicated, ain't no time for wasting with some entrepreneurs. I feel it like Scarface on top of the balcony, the word is yours. Took some losses, I was down bad. Napoleon complex, I'm mad. About to put the cam up in the clad bag. Signed, sealed, and delivered. Chicken dinners, or you roll with the winners. Taking over for the summer. I double back for the winter. I be with the scammers and spinners. Innovators in the middleman. All my riders got a dental plan. None of my shooters got Instagrams. Bang, bang. Got some rich headed out of bounds. Had to hop in the renty to ride around. About to switch up the whiskers, they stalking now. Whispering body dropping on my side of town. Flick of finesse, known to stay up out the mess. Business is never personal. We can politic the rest. I got a plug and they made me a plug. All my moves on they need to know. Rapper weed got me speaking slow. Bet you pay attention when we speaking up. You would drown, you gon' sink or you swim. In the field, we be getting it in. Type of pressure that took boys and the men. Fly got a feel me back at it again. Yeah. One way or another, we gon' get feel me up about to get her. Brother, you was out of pocket. No, I didn't stutter. I drop
Your boy Hollywood! The Hollywood Experience! And we're back! It's been a while. Boy Heaven Hollywood coming to you live. YouTube, Twitch, Facebook. So, we're back at it again. I don't know what is going on with my chat. Whatever. Shout out to everybody in the chat room. All the heavy hitters around the world. I'll ask you again, I'll look at my other monitor. If you can hear me right now without any problems, put a 1 in the chat or spell out 1 in the chat, whatever you want to do. At this very moment. Thank you. Miss Fields in the building. Darius, I got my 2 right now moderators. Miss Fields, Darius, Reese, what's up? Whew. I had to go to New York for the last 5 days. Had to handle some business. Shout out to my girl, Jessica Rich. Shout out to Jessica Rich. Oh, shout out to Jessica Rich. Shout out to Jessica Rich. I want to shout out my daughter, Patience is a Virtue. Make sure y'all check her channel out on YouTube. What's up, 2K? What's up, Crystal? Everybody on Twitch, everybody on YouTube. We're gonna talk on a bunch of topics, man. And look, somebody threw. I want to go over a couple of things. First, you know how we've been doing it as of late. We're gonna skip around and find out what's going on. Oh, Miss Fields, it was from the moment I touched down in New York, I was busy. And then I looked up and I was like, shit, I got to get back to my kid. But I'm going to be back within the next month. And my next time is going to be much more pleasure than this time. And we'll definitely link. So, let me say. We're going to just jump around. Oh, Jessica English. Hey, Jessica English. We're going to just jump around, see what's going on with Twitter. Shout out to my moderators. My boy Darius. That's my ace boo cool. My girl Miss Fields, my day one. I'm sure Reese will pop up in here at some point. Ashanti at some point. We're going to see what's going on, man. We're just going to jump around. Let me share the screen here. And we're going to see what we see before we get into our topics. Let's just see what we can find before we go into our topics. But here is Tasha K leading off my timeline. It sips secretly, time winos. This wine is strong. A tip came in. A mainstream comedian allegedly impregnated his daughter. A mainstream comedian allegedly impregnated his daughter. Not technically his real daughter, but he used to date the mother. The mother left her daughter with him at 12. He took responsibility for raping her allegedly. She was pregnant at 15 and forced to blank the baby. And multiple times after that, she calls him daddy. Can you guess who this comedian may be in the comments? That's some weird Hollywood BS. So, yes, I'm gonna tell y'all more about those business ventures as the night goes on. But we're gonna get into this first. So, follow my X account for schools updates. So let me look and see what people are saying in the comments. I mean, Tasha K, you can really trust anything that she says. After she lost that lawsuit, I was like, this woman will say anything. Shouldn't be a statute of limitations on grape. Let's see what else she's saying. Why did the mother leave the daughter at 12? I don't even want to guess. His ex left him with all her kids. Violent discussion. People say Cat Williams. One person said Cat Williams. It's definitely not Steve Harvey. He wasn't left with no kids. They said mainstream. Cat Williams ain't really mainstream. What's she gonna say? D.L. Hewley? She gonna probably try to say D.L. Hewley. I don't really know. I don't really know about anybody know any comedians that have kids that was left with them. I've seen some things. Cat in the Hat didn't listen. Some people are saying Cat Williams. I'd have to look into that more because, again, I'm not really down with the comedians. But see what else we got. Trending. Bears star Caleb Williams. I just picked that boy up and put him on my fantasy team. Now I see him out at a restaurant with 3 different models. I might take his ass off my fantasy team. Because if he going to be out here, it's on a Saturday night. You play tomorrow, sir. And you are a big part of whether I'm going to win or lose this week. And you got 3 models with you. That means you're going to be cutting up tonight. Are you going to be able to play? Look, you already wobbling. So you probably already drunk. Man, let me get this ninja off my damn team. I just put him on, too. I just put him on. Look at this ninja. If he's out there with 3 models, and Negro, I just put you on my fantasy team. I got $7K at stake. The winner of my fantasy league wins $7K. And you out here with models, white models on top of that. Lord have mercy. The boy going to be out forking and carry on mothers. Cardi B recalls how she warned Americans not to vote for Donald Trump in 2024, but instead of listening, the internet clowned her accent and pronunciation. Now everyone's feeling the consequence. Now they got the food stamp taken away, and Thanksgiving is next month. Cardi said, I don't know if I want to get into this. Maybe a little bit.
Interesting. And I find this so funny because these are the type of things that I was trying to warn y'all that's going to happen in the Trump administration. But y'all didn't care. All y'all cared about is that I called them Trump. Or all y'all care about is that, like everybody always have a speech in a teleprompter. My teleprompter wasn't working, so thank God I wrote my speech down in my fucking phone. But whatever the fuck I said, I meant that shit. Whatever the fuck I wrote down in my phone, I made my research on it so I could share it to the fucking world. And you know what? Whether I have an accent or not, it went viral. And yeah, y'all didn't give a fuck about what I was saying. Y'all only give a fuck about me saying Trump. To this day, bitches be trying to be funny using that shit against me. But guess what? What I was saying is bigger than me saying Trump. And now you motherfuckers don't have no fucking food stamps. And Thanksgiving is next month. And I do understand why people got so desperate. I do understand why people got so desperate and they wanted to vote for a different party, because the Joe Biden administration, they did a lot of promises that they didn't delivered on.
All right, so I'm not really into entertainers doing politics, and it has nothing to do with Cardi B. I love Cardi B, but I'm not really into entertainers in politics, because guess what? At the end of the day, it really don't matter who is in office for y'all, because all of y'all are millionaires. And yeah, I know that they can feel price drops and stuff like that, like everybody else. However, if eggs go up to $30 a carton, I wouldn't be able to afford it, but Cardi B still would. She may not want to pay $30 a carton, but guess what? She'll be able to pay $30 a carton. So I don't really listen to entertainers when they're talking about politics, because all y'all ninjas are rich. And y'all really don't care like that. You know what I'm saying? You really don't care like that. And you're just really trying to boost yourself up and for whatever image you want to care. I'm not saying she don't care about income, but I'm saying at the end of the day, if I can't pay my rent, or if any of y'all in your chat room can't pay your rent, you're going to be kicked out into the street. If you don't got somebody to live with, you're going to be in the street. If Cardi B can't pay her rent somewhere, she'll just go to the other house. She probably has a house already paid for. So she'll never be homeless. But regular people, we got to worry about whether they're going to be homeless or not. So I really don't care. As cute as Cardi B sounds, I love her accent. I think she's the cutest thing. But chick, I don't want to hear nothing about no damn politics from you or nobody else is rich. Now, Cardi B officially inks a new $55 million deal with Louis Vuitton. Now, a lot of people that was hating Cardi B was saying this was not real. But now the Daily Loud has reported it. So until I cover this, I'm not going to do a video on it until I'm sure. I'm going to call Louis Vuitton, not Louis Vuitton himself, but the company Louis Vuitton. I'm going to see what they say before I go and make a video. I'm not going to have myself looking stupid. All right. Oh, child. Y'all got to remember, I'm sorry if something come. I can't let that come across your screen. Y'all have to remember, I used to be a porn producer. So a lot of my followers are in the adult entertainment industry. So when I go on the For You and I scroll down sometimes, child, you might see something. But that's why I stopped there, because I don't want to get demonetized. Lord have mercy. Hold on. Let me go off of here. Lord. Miss Nasty R&B, girl. My Lord. Hold on. Let me try to cut these things off. Yeah, I gotta watch out. I gotta watch out. Let me go to following. All right. So we'll see what else is trending here, and we're gonna start. Oh, so the Sweetie, we're going Sweetie. Hold on. So Sweetie, as we all know, responded back to the escorting allegations, right? Sweetie went back to the escorting allegations. So now, Sweetie, no, she fine, boy. So here's Sweetie. Good God Almighty. So here was the original story. Hope y'all can see. Let me know if y'all can see that. Y'all can see that, right? Here's the original story where they said that Sweetie was being exposed as an escort, right? By some lady named, what was this chick's name? And then also people were commenting about her being with a dude from Nigeria. Now, a person commented and said, Sweetie almost got in trouble with the wife of a Nigerian businessman she visited in December 2024. Now, I remember that because I remember G had it on her blog that Sweetie was messing with a guy from Nigeria, one of them Nigerian businessmen or whatever. I remember that even before she started messing with the football player. All right? But Sweetie responded back. And she basically said that this chick, Maybach May, is lying. Right? She basically said that Maybach May is lying. And she said that at this point, this woman is, she said this woman is not her manager. She's never been her manager. Right? She said, I'm going to let the lawyers take care of it from here. All right? So, good God. Sweetie basically said, it's not true. She's going to let her attorneys handle it. Now, I can't lie and say that I have not heard that Sweetie was over in, over there selling box, because a lot of these women are, right? A lot of these women are over here selling box. Now, I'm not going to lie. As much as I love Sweetie, I got to keep it 100. I was told a long time ago that Sweetie was selling box, was over in Dubai. I guess you could say selling box. Not over there just hooking up with random men. But I heard that she was over there doing, like hooking up with dudes who had money. Not just hooking up with random dudes, but she was over there, get into a whatever sort of friendship with one of these rich dudes. And I heard the Nigerian dude was married and she got into it with him and he had a lot of money. And then this dude started to almost get ready to leave his wife. And Sweetie was also messing with the football player. So it's not that I didn't hear it, but Sweetie said it's not true, right? So she said she's going to let her lawyers take care of it. We'll find out. All right. Here's what Sweetie said. The recent accusations made about me are false, defamatory, and deeply disturbing. These claims misrepresent the facts and are solely aimed to damage our reputation. This person never managed me. She was simply introduced to me by family. Her motives are now obvious. I'll let the lawyers take it from here. Now, who put a 1 in the chat if you believe Miss Maybach May and you believe that Sweetie is over in Dubai escorting? And I want you guys to please do this with an open mind. Don't just do it because you don't like Sweetie or do it because you're jealous of Sweetie or say, oh, well, she's not selling records, so she got to be selling box. Like, just, if you believe what Sweetie said, put a 2 in the chat. If you believe Sweetie's over there selling box, put a 1 in the chat. So put a 1 in the chat if you believe Sweetie is selling box. Put a 2 in the chat if you believe she's not selling box. I don't care. I'm saying no. The goddess of rap is not selling box. That's my take. I'm going to say no. I'm going to, like I said, I'm much more loving on celebrities than a lot of y'all. A lot of y'all just hate celebrities. You don't like them, or you pick who you like and who you don't like. I come from the world where celebrities were looked upon as what's the word? Extraordinary people. Like, it's just like athletes. It's like you have to be an extraordinary, or at least a subpar extraordinary person if you play in the NBA, right? So even if you're the 12th man on the bench, there's only been what, 1,000, 3,000 people who's ever played in the NBA, right? Something along those lines. So you got to be an extraordinary person if you make it to the NBA, or if you make it to the NFL, or you make it to Major League Baseball. Like, you have to be an extraordinary person. And I'm just not into people that can't play baseball, can't play any sport, and they're not even extraordinary at the job they're doing, talking down on extraordinary people. I just never been into that. So people can call it glazing celebrities or whatever. Oh, idolizing. I don't idolize anyone with Jesus Christ. Well, I idolize my father. I can't lie. Rest in peace. I idolize my parents. They've been the only idols I ever, except Jesus Christ, right? So I don't idolize them, but what I do is I give them their props and their flowers, because it's not easy to do what they're doing. People try to make it seem like it's so easy. But if it's so easy, how come I'm not doing it? And I tried rapping. I was rapping for years. I never made it as a rapper. And most of the people out there commenting ain't never been in a studio, ain't never cut a record, nothing. But they're talking about Sweetie. Oh, she only sold 1K. She's got 2 million followers, 12 million followers, and only sold 1K. Well, how many K have you sold? It ain't easy. So I always like, to me, to give celebrities their props. People, athletes, actors, musicians, rappers, to have a song, to go out and perform that song in front of thousands, millions, 100,000 of people. That shit ain't easy. I remember being in a talent show in high school, a talent show of people from a school that I went to. And I was nervous as hell, like, oh my God. So can you imagine a person going out there on their first tour or on their first concert or going out to a bunch of people that they don't know and they got to perform? I'm sorry. I'm not making fun of nobody like that because I can't do no better. So people can say I'm glazing celebrities or I idolize celebrities and say whatever they want to say. But celebrities fuck with me. Celebrities fuck with me. I have a voicemail from Cardi B. I have a voicemail from Jessica Rich. I have a voicemail from Victoria Justice. Like I have a lot of voicemail from celebrities. I just don't come on here and popping my shit. But sometimes they just say, you know what? Thank you for having my back, or thank you for not kicking my back in, or for letting me tell my story. Claudia Jordan did that. She was like, when everybody was kicking my back in, you were like, oh, let her talk. I believe Claudia. So again, I'm gonna give Sweetie the benefit of the doubt until I see something different. And me, I have no problem with saying I was wrong. I was wrong. I have no problem with saying that. I was wrong. If you prove me wrong, I have no problem saying I was wrong. Oh, Sweetie was an escort. You was wrong, Heb. Yeah, you right, man. I was wrong. I gave her the benefit of the doubt and turned out that she was selling coochie. Now the only thing that I'm upset about is why wasn't I notified? I've been one of the main Sweetie supporters. And if Sweetie was selling coochie, why wasn't Heaven James Clark notified? No, but for real, I'm not laughing. All right, let's finish up. He was just nasty and want an F. See, so here, said person has over 12 IG followers. Her last project only sold 2 to 3K units. Proof that IG followers don't make you rich. N-words are just nasty and want to F. You're right. Now, we're going to get on this Cardi B album. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about how people are continuing to try to stop Cardi B's bags, but as of right now, Cardi B is still getting her deals, and the tour is still on from what I can see. So, hey, Cardi B's still doing her thing. I'm still playing the album. Like, the album's double platinum. And we know that it got a boost from WAP and Up. We know that. But she's playing, like I said, Cardi B is playing by the same rules that everybody else is allowed to play by. Taylor Swift and everybody else. You see what Taylor Swift is doing? Taylor Swift is out there doing what she got to do to make her album sell 4 million in the first week. So, hey, to each his own. All right. So let's see what else we got. Sweetie losing it all after Dubai secret exposed. They said she lost it all. You see what these people are saying? Now, Tory Lanez. Let's talk about Tory Lanez. Tory Lanez. So, and I said I'll admit when I'm wrong. Tory Lanez filed for a protective order against one Megan Pete, aka Megan Thee Stallion. And like I said, I was wrong. I thought that this time they was going to grant Tory Lanez this protective order. But according to Document Tings, and shout out to them, court hears Tory Lanez's oral argument for reasons stated on the record. Movement's motion is denied. Oh shit, my battery's low. Motion is denied. Hold on. For the 2020 shooting of Megan Thee Stallion. Now, but that, oh no, he's still behind. So what he was trying to do, hold on. What he was trying to do was get a protective order so they could not try to depot him, deposition him. All right? For this case with Milagro and Megan Thee Stallion. But they denied him that protective order. So it's another legal loss for Tory Lanez. He still has his big one. That's what he wants to do, is either get, which is his appeal, and he's looking to either get an overturned verdict or a new trial. Now, I give him about a 1% chance for an overturned verdict. But I'm not going to lie. I give him about a 50% chance to get a new trial. That's what I think is going to happen. I think he's going to get a new trial. Now, a lot of people disagree with me. I can see what y'all say about it. He is being deposed in front of a judge too. Sweetie had $1 million deals, like they say anything. Yeah, I don't believe that Sweetie lost it all because of that. Like, people are saying stuff just to make any. I don't believe that they'll overturn the verdict. It's not enough for that. And there is a good chance. There's still a good chance that they may say, yeah, but those mistakes that were made were still minuscule, and he still would have been found guilty. So it really doesn't matter. I think his best chance to get is because of these dealings with, these doctors and what have you. And of course, now it's a different judge. So he has a shot. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I think he's got a chance of getting a new trial. Now, those don't really happen too often, right? Because if you get a new trial, you basically have to do what? They're basically admitting that they made a mistake. And they're admitting that they made pretty much knowing mistakes. Now, I don't know what court is going to do that, is going to throw their judges under the bus. But when you say, oh, it's an appeal and they did this wrong, and they did it on purpose, and so that's hard. That's hard. What's up, Project? Sweet said he needs a little dirt. He didn't testify. He needs Lil Durk's attorney. Projects, what's up with you? So, y'all make sure y'all hit the like button coming in. We about to get into some stuff, y'all. And I'm about to tell y'all some stuff. Why Nicki Minaj? What Nicki Minaj is really afraid of. There's exclusive stuff. Y'all know I got a great Nicki Minaj connection. No, it's not Nicki Minaj. And no, it's not somebody within her immediate circle. But I just happen to know somebody who's very, very close with someone in her immediate circle. Right? Sometimes you got to go next to the man to be next to the man to be next to the man. Because there's a lot of people that you ain't never going to get no information from them. That's why you never hear me coming here talking about, oh, yeah, let me tell y'all what's going on with Beyonce and Jay-Z's marriage. I don't know nobody in their circle. I'm not even going to come on here and lie. I see a lot of people coming on and talk about they know what's happening in Beyonce's marriage. No, you don't. No, you don't. You can just speculate. No, what I'm saying is, Miss Mitchell, or Mimi, I'm saying in order for you to get a new trial, the reason why it's so hard is because they have to admit they made mistakes. And that means they're going to have to throw their judge under the bus and say he knowingly was made mistakes and he didn't do anything about it. So they're going to go back on that because, you know, what's happening now is a lot of these YouTube lawyers and a lot of these people who like Tory Lanez and making all the 20-minute breakdown videos and swearing that they telling everybody something that ain't nobody else saying. And they telling you why he's this and how come this one is it and what happened to the doctor and the bullet fragments are missing. And so what I'm saying is and the DNA wasn't on the gun and they didn't report it and this. So that's all I'm saying. My thing was always, unless you got that missing video that y'all been telling us about for God knows how long, I don't think nothing's going to change. But again, you just never know. You never know. And I think this is his best of though. I'm not saying that he's gonna win it. I'm saying his best chance is to get a new trial. Right? That's his best shot because they're not overturning it. But we'll see. We'll see. You know, a lot of people are saying, "Oh, they're taking so long with the appeal decision." It's because they know he's got a good case. I mean, you can look at it that way if you want. You know, if Tory Lanez gets a new case, I'm not going to be mad. People think that I'm going to be mad. Like, I don't know. Oh, I want Tory Lanez to go to jail. Everybody that's been following me, that followed me during this trial, I said, I don't give a shit either way because I'm not the biggest Megan fan and I'm definitely not the biggest Tory fan. So, but if Tory Lanez gets off, Good for him. If Tory Lanez goes to jail, good for him. I mean, it don't really make me no difference because I don't like neither one of them like that. But if Tory Lanez, the only thing I'd say is, you had your chance to tell your story, sir. You had your chance to tell your story, to get on that stand and say, Kelsey did it. But you chose not to. So anybody that has their chance to do that and choose not to, you get what you get. You know what I'm saying? Get what you get. So remember, right now he's with, his net worth was only about 11, 12 million at the time, but he's with a place that's working with him as far as, united the people. They're working, but I'm sure he don't have much money left, right? Now, so that's the latest on Tory Lanez. His thing got denied. Megan Thee Stallion, y'all can tell me what y'all think, but a lot of people was saying that Megan Thee Stallion, she posted a new picture. She's out seeing her man, who is Clay Thompson. Shout out to the Splash brother Clay. So she was in Dallas checking out her man play basketball, and a lot of people were saying Megan Thee Stallion looks like she's now touched her face. You can check out my video that I did. I actually spoke to we're gonna get on this scissor thing too. I actually spoke to somebody in Megan's circle, and they said it's absolute nonsense. They also said that a lot of people are enhancing the photo that's out there, and they're saying it was just her makeup. She was sweating and stuff like that. So this is her on the 16th. I believe this is the day after the game, or it may have been the same day. This was Megan on the 16th. Now, she looks way different there than that picture when she was in the stands, right? You try to see if that picture's up here. But a lot of people who are fandom of Nicki Minaj and Tory Lanez was putting up her picture and saying that Megan is messing with her face. She got a nose job, and now she's waiting on the nose job and this and to heal. I try to find that picture, but I'm going to try to find the picture so I can show you guys, and y'all can decide, right? I mean, to me, I look at it like this. First of all, I don't consider a nose job as playing with your face, especially not in Hollywood. Megan Thee Stallion has unfollowed Natalie Nunn. Okay. Natalie Nunn has unfollowed Megan Thee Stallion, Ice Spice, and JT. Well, Natalie Nunn is she's glazing Nicki Minaj, so she's doing her unfollowing, which is cool. But here's my thing. I don't consider in Hollywood a nose job as messing with your face. To me, it's just like getting new teeth. In Hollywood, everybody gets their nose done. Sorry, not sorry. Everybody gets their nose done in Hollywood. right? Everybody. But that's just saying, even if she did get it done. But me personally, and we're going to get into this whole, and this was Megan the other day. We're going to get into this. Good God Almighty. Look like she getting that booty back. Megan looked like she gets that thickness. Look, the thickness is coming back. Couture, baby. Couture, the thickness is coming back. But I don't consider people that get their nose done in Hollywood as people messing with their face. To me, messing with your face is messing with your face. And Megan Thee Stallion really takes a lot of pride in the fact that she never had to mess with her face. There's her and the boy Clay. So I just can't see Megan Thee Stallion messing with her face. Like, y'all could put a 1 in the chat if you think Megan did something to her face, and put a 2 in the chat if you think it's filters, couture, or whatever. Right? I just don't think Megan Thee Stallion. I don't give a damn what that picture looked like. Like I said, the person I spoke to said it was hot. This is the picture right here, guys. This is the picture that everybody's talking about. They're calling her botched. They're saying she's part of the botched crew. They had the nerve to say she was ugly, right? And you know which fans are saying that. You know what fans are calling her ugly, but me personally, I just think it's makeup. The person told me it was hot. She was sweating. It's couture. Look at people look what people are doing to her mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are touching, photoshopping, right? So, y'all let me know. It was the wig, not the face. It's subtle. Everybody says too sweet. My sister said the same thing. I think it was the makeup. I think it was the makeup as well, Crystal. Makeup and hair. So all of us are pretty much in agreement that we don't believe Megan touched her face. I just don't believe Megan touched her face. She takes pride in that a lot. And I just can't see her touching her face. But I could be wrong. But I just don't think I am. I don't think Megan is ready to touch her face because she takes such pride in not having to touch her face. Right? Here she is sitting with Klay Thompson's mama. Always getting serious. I ain't seen her sit with nobody else's mother. She out there at the games with Klay mama. 2026, y'all. She might be changed. She might be getting a name change. After the season's over, if she's still with him, she might be getting a name change. Klay is what, 35? Klay 35. He gonna want to settle down. Her name might be Klay Thompson. Her name might be Megan Thompson, y'all. Look at her. Go ahead, Megan. Yo, man. Go ahead, Megan. Next time, I'm out here watching my man shoot 3-pointers. What are you doing? Go ahead, Megan. So, that's that. Shout out to Meg. I agree. I agree. I don't believe that she touched her face at all. There's going to be some days where, hey, you don't look your best. A friend of mine told me that every woman has she said a man day. Now, my friend Nefertiti, she is as feminine and beauty as he come. And she said, there is every woman has that picture where they're like, damn, I look like a man. She's like, maybe you put too much makeup on or what have you. So I'll have to ask all the women. I got to ask the women in the chat, do you have a picture? Do all of y'all have a man day? This is what my friend Nefertiti told me. Y'all can say, and she looked at a picture, some pictures one time, and she was like, damn, I look like a man. Like I look like a trans in this picture. So y'all can tell me. Put a 1 in the chat if you've seen a picture where you were like, damn, I look like a trans. Couture, where you at, Couture? Couture, no, honey, I don't know what she's talking about. Couture's like, nope, I ain't got no pictures where I look like no man, honey. Couture, you have a picture where you look like a man. Mimi, look, Mimi, don't just laugh. Mimi, do you have a picture? Did you see a picture? Even user UT4, she said, yes, I deleted quick. So she agrees. She agrees. Marla. Yo, Marla. Marla would be a good person to ask this question. Marla, have you ever got that picture where you like, damn, I look like a man or trans in this picture? Marla, you fine as hell. You can tell me. I want to know if Couture is fine ass. Yeah, and they will never see the light of day. Sweet said, yep, and them pictures will never see the light of day, honey. BB said, absolutely not. Oh, BB, oh, you so conceited ass. Absolutely not. Always got to be the one that say no. I bet you tell your man no all day, every day. That nigga he probably so used to no. Everything is no with you. So I want to address this about Cardi B. So I've been seeing a lot of this crap. Let me address this. Because these are just people who don't like Cardi B saying it's BS. It's a bunch of unflattering pics because before I find that one I like and I can work with. Oh, you never seen them. Okay. Close the door away. So now, all right. Somebody said they all being used up, their careers existing solely off the strength of taking down one lady, and that's insane. We know who she's talking about. Rock Nation distributes Cardi's music. Now, who told them that? Rock Nation distributes Cardi's music. Who told them that? Lord have mercy. Exactly. We knew that, but she lied and said she don't have nothing to do with Rock Nation. She is a slow tard. Somebody had to front the project. She sent Atlantic into bankruptcy. So, see, this is the stuff I'm talking about, right? And this is the reason why I'm working on this app. This is the stuff that I'm talking about. People have become too comfortable with coming on Beyonce's internet and just saying anything. Shonda said, no, I don't. I got some looking dry, though. So here's my response to that. I said, LAD, lion ass dogs. When did Rock Nation distribute Cardi's music? And where did Atlantic file bankruptcy? The president of Atlantic said Cardi B is a top artist and has made Atlantic a lot of money. And they are lucky to have her. But y'all say she drove them to bankruptcy. Lies. So then I said, just for shits and giggles, I went and said, hey, Grok. I said, hey, Grok, could you clear this up, please? Right? I said, Grok, please clear this up. And here's what Grok said. Elliot Grange did praise Cardi B in a September 2025 interview, calling her synonymous with the excellence of Atlantic Records. Rumors of her causing bankruptcy appear unfounded. Atlantic has undergone reconstructing and layoffs in 2025, but no official bankruptcy. Her album Am I the Drama went platinum quickly. No evidence of Rock Nation distributing her music. She signed to Atlantic. Now, Grok ain't got no reason to lie for Cardi B. She don't even like Republicans. And we all know that Grok is made by, what's the boy's name? Fat Boy from Twitter. So she has Elon Musk. So Grok ain't got no reason to lie for Cardi B. It's like ridiculous, right? It's ridiculous. This misinformation needs to stop. This misinformation needs to stop, right? Both ways. The misinformation needs to stop. Now, let's go over this. DJ Vlad, right? Let me find this story, and y'all can tell me what y'all think it is. DJ Vlad made a comment, and he said, and academics did as well, and they said that Drake is about to do a big interview, a big surprise interview. Now, Vlad said it's going to be somebody out of left field, and it's not who you expect. All right. So immediately people start saying Joe Budden, Charlemagne the God. And I'm like, dude, they said out of left field, and it's not who you expect. So it is definitely not Joe Budden. It's not Joe Budden, because Joe Budden would be the person you would expect. It's not Elliot, right? It's not Ebro. It's not going to be them. The way I see it is, it's going to be somebody who you do not expect. And let me tell y'all who my picks are. So when he said it's out of left field, meaning it's going to be so random, you're not going to understand that. It's going to come out of nowhere. So my first choice is Joe Rogan. All right. I do not think that Drake is going to do an interview with a hip hop medium. A hip hop medium. So I think it's going to be Joe Rogan. Right? That's one. My second choice. If it's not Joe Rogan, my second choice would be, wait, I had written down. So I said Joe Rogan was my first choice. My second choice, Candace Owens. Candace Owens. If you talk about left field, something that will shock people, Candace Owens. Right? So Joe Rogan is my first choice. Candace Owens is my second choice. And my third choice, because you said out of left field, I seen him get a couple of stars recently because he's retiring. His ratings are down. Howard Stern. Howard Stern. That's my choices. That's my choices. So I say Joe Rogan first. I say Candace Owens second. And Howard Stern. Now, if it is a hip hop person, right? If it is a hip hop person, I'm going to say Star. That's my wild card. That's my wild card. If it's a hip hop person, I'm going to say Star. Now, if he really wanted to shake it up, he'd do Oprah. Man, you want to really see him shake it up? You want to really tell people that you a big dog? Don't do Gayle King. Do Oprah. Say, I'm too big for Gayle King. I'm too big for Gayle King. I'm going to do Oprah Winfrey. Wouldn't that be something? If Drake came out with you Oprah Winfrey, you know the big dog that she's interviewed. Can you imagine if Drake did Oprah Winfrey? Wow. I would laugh my ass off. Marla said Piers Morgan. Hey, that is left field. That is definitely left field. Piers Morgan, that's left field. Drake's going to throw shade. It has to be someone who is comfortable with the shade he'll be throwing at the ones who feels he's trying to take him out. Right. Well, that's why I'm thinking, Marla, that he's going to do it with somebody who won't care one way or the other that he's throwing shade. Somebody like Howard Stern. Oh, yeah, Kendrick Lamar, right? He's a real douchebag, right? Yeah, I tell you, Kendrick Lamar, I saw him up there in the Super Bowl. I wasn't impressed. I'm not impressed with Kendrick. He's calling you a PDF and all that stuff. Like Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar's a douchebag. You know, Drake, oh, yeah, I think the same thing. I think the same thing. I can see it. I can so see that happening. Oh, that would be the most hilarious thing. Because Howard Stern will go right along with him and like, Kendrick Lamar's a douchebag. Don't you think he's a douchebag? Yeah, I think he's a douchebag too. Yo, that shit would be hilarious. That'd be hilarious. So that's who I'm putting in. Y'all can tell me who y'all got for y'all tell me who y'all got for the interview. Who do y'all think Drake's gonna interview with? Right? Hold on. Okay. All right. Let's get into the QOR. Let's see here. People have been asking, Nicki Minaj this whole entire week has been on her rants, right? So let's pull her up. What's really going on? Right? Oh, you know what? Yeah. I want to get into this Taylor Swift thing because I made a video. Y'all can go check it out. I'm gonna get into Taylor Swift and SZA, and then I'm gonna get into the QR. Right? There's this thing going around right now on Twitter that has now pitted SZA against Taylor Swift, right? Now, you want to know how it happened? I'll let y'all know how it happened. I'm going to put my video, and I pretty much explained what happened in the video. Now, there was a TikToker she made a video where she was talking about, she thinks that Taylor Swift, and this was a Taylor Swift fan, she said she thinks that Taylor Swift was appropriation, doing black appropriation or whatever, because she's using the lingo bad B and savage. So this is a white woman, right? This is a white woman, and she was saying that she believes that bad B and savage are black terms and they should not be allowed to use it. Now, she's a Taylor Swift fan, right? Hold on. So to me, once again, and I know a lot of the barbs that mess with me, they did hit me up and they said, you know, I do like you and I like your content, but you get on the barbs too much, right? So I've been accused of getting on the barbs too much. So out of respect for my fans, not fans, I hate the word fans, my supporters that do follow Nicki Minaj and are barbs or are member of the barbs, I'm going to lay off the barbs for a while. After this story. After this story. And the only reason why I say after this story is because I feel as though the barbs have their names and fingerprints all over it. Right? Oh, you ran to the store, Mimi? Yeah, I'm still here. I feel as though they have their fingerprints all over it. So I'll do it. I'll get off the Barbs, but after this story. And I'm going to lay off them for a while. Because, you know, I do still have supporters, and I have to be objective, and I have to take into consideration my supporters' feelings no matter what side of the coin they fall on. I take into consideration my Cardi B fans. I take into consideration my Nicki Minaj fans. I do have a big supporter who is a Lotto fan, and she sent me a long letter and said and explained what Lotto meant to her. And she said that I made a video that really hurt her feelings because I was saying that Lotto was getting wasn't better than Ice Spice or something said, which I never said. I never said Lotto wasn't better than Ice Spice. I said at the time that Ice Spice was getting her as far as songs go, in my opinion. So I never said that Lotto was better than Ice Spice, right? So let me go into this thingy here. I want to go into this scissor thing real quick, and y'all can make your own decision. But this is it. All right. All right. So this is about SZA, who has now been dragged into a beef with Taylor Swift. Now the Swifties, who don't even really know what's going on, in my opinion, has allowed the Barbs to drag Taylor Swift and put her against SZA. All right? So, let me hold on. Okay. Here we go. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear that and see it. Hold on. All right, hold on, y'all. I got the wrong screen up. Sorry. Hold on. All right. All right, y'all. Put a 1 in the chat. Did SZA really shade Taylor Swift, or is just the Barbs sparking trouble once again? So now, on October 17th, screenshots surfaced showing SZA had liked an Instagram TikTok video calling out Taylor Swift for cultural appropriation. Now, in her recent song Eldest Daughter from a 2025 album, The Life of a Showgirl, the video accuses Taylor of using AAVE, which is African American Vernacular English, terms like savage and bad B, phrases reclaimed by Black women in hip-hop culture, without proper context or credit. It also ties it to Megan Thee Stallion's hit Savage, suggesting Taylor's lyrics subtly shade Megan, especially since it was rumored that Travis Kelce was interested in Megan Thee Stallion right before he dated Taylor Swift. Now, how did SZA get involved in this? So SZA didn't post her comment. It appears though she liked the comment, right? But it still have not got a confirmation from SZA whether that like was a genuine like from her agreeing with what the poster was saying. Now, remind you, the poster is a Taylor Swift fan, right? And they were really trying to just really give credit to what they said was black culture or black slang or what have you, phrases being reclaimed by black women. She wasn't dissing Taylor Swift. She was just making, giving black women credit. So if SZA did like it, I think she was liking that more so of liking anything shading Taylor Swift. There's also a chance that maybe she just watched that part of the video, right, and liked it and moved on. And then there's also the barbs. There is also a chance, because we've seen this done before, that that's a fake like how they said that Nicki's like of Cardi, of the woman talking about Cardi's parenting skills, like they said that was fake, right? People nowadays with AI can create fake likes, create fake posts, and everything else. So let me show you the video first, and then we'll get some context to this, and then we'll come back and unpack it. So
I love Swifties because they will look at a speck of dust for 3 hours hoping it means something. But because I actually called out inappropriate behavior in her music and inappropriate things, y'all are tizzy and being like, these don't block from. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. They derive directly from Black culture. Because if they didn't, let me just tell you this, if they didn't, we shouldn't be using savage. We shouldn't be using the word savage, because the actual derivative of the word savage is a derogatory term for Black and Indigenous folks from colonial times. The only reason that we are able to use it today is because the Black community repurposed it for themselves, reclaimed it, and then put it into music and art. Bad bitch, same thing. It was a phrase used to predominantly describe Black women. And Black women reclaimed that through music and art. Yes. And the funny thing about this is that I'm reaching, but let me continue down this road. Those two things, Black bitch and savage, are used by a particular artist named Megan Thee Stallion. Girls in the Hood, the opener is I'm a Bad Bitch, and Savage. Who was the last woman that Travis Kelce tried to date or showed interest in before Taylor Swift? Megan Thee Stallion. Interesting. You're right. It's a coincidence that Taylor.
Now, who told y'all that? Who told y'all that? Y'all remember when I told y'all about Travis Kelce and Megan Thee Stallion? Remember I told y'all about that a long time ago? Y'all do remember, right? I told y'all, man, I'm the shit. I told y'all about that a long time ago, that Travis Kelce tried to get at Megan Thee Stallion. I told y'all that a long time ago. And that is right before he got with Taylor Swift. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all remember me saying that. Put a 2 if you missed it. So put a 1 in the chat if y'all remember me telling y'all that story, that Travis Kelce was trying to get at Megan Thee Stallion. Put a 1 in the chat. Telling y'all that story, that Travis. If y'all remember that, put a 1 in the chat. Can y'all hear me? Hello? I don't see nobody. Y'all doing it again. I don't see nobody moving, but Put a 1 in the chat if y'all remember me telling y'all, thank you. My God, there's one person that listened. 2 people listening. Okay. Thank y'all. Got to give me my props now. I got to take my props, because if I don't take my props, none of y'all ninjas gonna give it to me.
Miller purposely chose two black derived words that also connect to Megan Thee Stallion. Interesting.
And here's the alleged like from SZA. This is why I say I can't really trust it yet. Because before this broke, the Barbs had started posting this. SZA and Travis in the rehearsal for the Super Bowl wearing a Travis Kelce jersey. So what the Barbs started saying was starting rumors that SZA wanted Travis Kelce, and that's why she was wearing his jersey at rehearsals. So now you can't wear a Travis Kelce jersey if you're a female, because that means you want, that's because Taylor Swift is now his girlfriend, and that means you want Travis Kelce. So what about all the women that were in the stadium with Travis Kelce jerseys on? I thought this was a reach, right? So now, once they saw that fell through and nobody was really buying it, and it got a community note on the on the post, then all of a sudden this comes out a couple hours later. What a coincidence. When they saw that the post here that they were trying to say, oh yeah, she wants Travis Kelce, right? That's the reason why she was posting in his jersey. Like there's no other females that's allowed to wear his jersey now. And then you see this, whenever you see that ugly little Chucky doll, that means just Nicki Minaj and the Barbs have something to do with it. So that's why I want to hear from SZA whether she really liked that post or not. That's the first thing.
The wait is over. Twice. This is for World Tour.
The Barbs have been known, they don't like SZA. Nicki Minaj doesn't like SZA. The Barbs don't like SZA, right? The Swifties are now dragging, SZA. They don't even know what's going on, but as soon as people start sending them stuff, they're dragging SZA, saying, didn't she just praise Taylor at the Grammys and stuff like that? And SZA just said how she wants to work with Taylor Swift again. So I don't understand how they are jumping to conclusions so quickly when they haven't even heard from SZA. And SZA and Taylor Swift still follow each other on social media. So that's the reason why I said now you see more Barbs getting on to, then you see people, Nicki tried to tell y'all about SZA. What did she say about SZA? She was ugly and she got fake freckles. Now all of a sudden this comes up, Nicki tried to tell us. What did she try to tell us? That she doesn't like SZA. I mean, she had nothing to say about, SZA tried to steal your boyfriend. She didn't say nothing about that. All this is cap. In my opinion, I don't even really believe that SZA liked it. And if she did, I want to hear her explanation. It is a very good chance that she just watched the first part of that video. Remember, at the end is where she talks about Megan Thee Stallion, liking Taylor Swift. And this woman, people come across and they're thinking that she is a Taylor Swift hater. She's actually a Swiftie. But she just said, she calls out Taylor Swift's whenever she needs to be criticized, in her opinion. And she wasn't really just criticizing Taylor Swift. She was just criticizing probably any white person that uses that word. She said, that's why she said, we shouldn't be able to use this. I think she was more so calling out Taylor Swift. I mean, white people as far as that goes, but she believes that Taylor Swift was taking subtle jabs at Megan Thee Stallion. And this is how SZA got dragged into it. So I want you to tell us down below, Do you think SZA was shading Taylor Swift just for whatever reason? Do you think SZA, do you think this is Photoshop and she never liked it? Or do you think she listened to the first part of it and liked it because she heard that? Let me know down in the comments what you think out of those three options. I think it's the Barb's usually, as usual, trying to start stuff. But if SZA did like it, I'll apologize to the Barb's and say she did like it. But I believe it was harmless, and she was really just agreeing with the person, not as far so much as Taylor Swift being culture appropriation, but just any white person that took that slang and uses it because black women readapted it back into the culture. Y'all let me know down in the comments what you think. It's your boy Heaven Hollywood for the IE Network. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share the video with your friends. Catch you on the next one.
That's how you work it. That shit was brilliant.
I'm a bad man. I'm a bad man. So what do y'all think? What do y'all think about that? Do you think SZA was shading Taylor Swift? Thank you, Dolly. Thank you. Do you think she was shading Taylor Swift? Or do you really think that it is a Photoshop? Or do you think the Barb's are just stirring trouble? Because of course they're the ones sending it to the Swifties, and now the Swifties are all, and it seems like the Barb's, since this woman was trying to give black women credit, but now because it's SZA, it's like the Barb's are agreeing with the white woman, which is Taylor Swift. And this white woman just said that she feels as though it's black appropriation. Those are black slang lingo, and the only reason that they're allowed to use it is because black women repackaged it and put it into the music and the art. So if SZA did like that, they are now going against a black woman like they say they don't do. All right? So y'all let me know down in the comments what y'all think about that. Now we could close it out with Nicki Minaj. QOR, she's been back on her, I don't know if you want to call it ranting, her, whatever the case may be, right? And unlike other people, I'm not going to sit up here and say Nicki Minaj is crazy, because Nicki Minaj is very intelligent. She's one of the most intelligent speaking people. She can speak very eloquently. I've seen every single interview she's ever done. She's a very intelligent person, right? But just because you're an intelligent person, that don't mean you can't get hooked on drugs. That don't mean you can't have mental breakdown. Britney Spears was intelligent too, but you see what happened to her. Amanda Bynes was also very intelligent. You see what happened to her. But a lot of people say, oh, she's crazy. She's not crazy. Then you got other people that said, oh, it's because she's on drugs. It could be, but I don't believe that's the reason for her rants. She may very well be on drugs, but I don't believe that's the reason for her rants. I'm going to tell everybody today, I'm going to do a video for members only, but I'm telling everybody today quickly, what exactly is Nicki Minaj's problem? Right? Let's pop up her tweets. We're going to go into what is Nicki Minaj afraid of? Right? So, This is what I believe it is. Judging from people I spoke with, judging from just being around the industry for the amount of years that I was, right? I'll tell you what it is. I'll tell you why she is blaming Rock Nation. You know, she's talking about people owe her a certain amount of money, but yet and still, she's still not going down to the courthouse. She's saying billionaire Barbie, but she's not a billionaire, nowhere close to it. I don't know whether she's got a song called Billionaire Barbie or what. Let's see, has she blocked me yet? I wouldn't be surprised, because she definitely has seen my tweets. So far, she's just choosing not to respond to them, right? But I will not be surprised. Here she is back with Chucky again. Oh, Lord, have mercy. That whole Chucky thing is so weird. Now, I don't know whether that is the signal for Cardi B, as to say that Cardi, whenever she puts the Chucky doll up, she's referring to Cardi B. But the Chucky thing is so weird. When she puts up the Chucky doll, it's just the weirdest thing. March 27th, John 20th. Okay, so that's what she's saying about the music. All right. One day, maybe I'll stop just inspiring others and I'll have my own platform to inspire from. Queen Radio Visual Edition and my documentary with Too Much Light. If I told you how many ideas were stolen from me, you'd cry. But hey, it's okay, I guess. Bradley Banton's Instagram. So she's back tweeting. This is what she tweeted 13 hours ago. She lived vicariously through the students. And what she'll do is she'll have a couple of tweets and you're like, oh, okay. I have no problem with that tweet. That she's okay with that tweet. And then she'll start going off again. But here's the problem. All right? Here's the problem. Nicki Minaj is afraid. And when you say, oh, I knew it. I knew it. She's afraid of Jay-Z. She's not afraid of Jay-Z. Right? She's not afraid of Desiree Perez. She's not afraid of the industry. None of that. Okay? Nicki Minaj is afraid of releasing her spot. And I'll tell you why. Because her personal life and everything outside of music is a wreck. And trust me, I'm only saying this because I know. The stuff that she has going on that we see is nothing compared to the stuff we don't see. Just remember that. So all the stuff that we know about, it doesn't compare to the stuff we don't know about. Here is a person that you have to remember something. after her and Meek fell apart, she was really devastated. People try to act the truth. She was really devastated because for some strange reason, she wanted to be with Meek. And I believe it's because she thought that Meek Mill was aligning himself to be the next Jay-Z. Remember, he was under Jay. And I believe she really thought that Meek Mill was going to be this huge rapper. But what happened is the Drake thing ended up derailing Meek Mill. And her relationship with Drake really ended up being one of the things that tore their relationship apart, other than him investing money in another broad, right? Another chick. And we all know that he laid hands on her, but it's not like he laid hands on her and that's why she left him. He laid hands on her, but she stayed with him. She was in an abusive relationship. Her and Meek was a toxic abusive. Not even say abusive with him because I don't believe she hit him, but he was abusing her, and she didn't even leave him for that. She was staying. She was going to stick it out with Meek Mill. From there, here's Nas, and I don't believe at that time she thought Nas was going to become what Nas has eventually become. And that's pretty much a crypto king, a crypto coin guru, what have you. Remember, he invested in the Ring Cam years ago, and that blew up after him and Nicki split. And from what I heard about that story is that people got in Nas's ear and basically convinced him to dump Nicki Minaj. Right? Now, the whole thing with Kenneth Petty, like I've told people before, Kenneth Petty, the best thing he had going for him is he knew Nicki Minaj from before. That was the best thing he had going for him. And he, once again, has been someone who was abusive in the past when they were kids. How do I know this? I've already told you. My cousin, Light, who Nicki mentioned in her record, my cousin Light knew Nicki Minaj. He also knew Kenneth Petty. And he said back when they were kids, he slapped the shit out of Nicki in Queens Park in the parking lot. She was about 14, 15 years old back then. So he's always been an abusive dude. But she knew him, and she knew that he was, at that point in time, she had men coming for her, women coming for her, and she just felt like he can protect me. He knows me from back then, and you know, he could be a protector. I know that much. And that's all she was looking for at that time. Right place, right time. And it's got to the point now where it's like, I had a kid by him. I think she's going to have another one when it's all said and done. And even though there's been things that's happened that she's found out about, she's too, and especially all the talk with Cardi B and how they talk about Cardi B and Offset, she's too embarrassed to leave him. She's too embarrassed to leave him. Because from what I was told, she should have been got rid of this dude. But she's too embarrassed to leave him. Because everybody gonna say, I told you so. Oh, he used you. Whoa. But she's afraid to lose her grip on music because that's all she has. She doesn't really like acting. The whole Queen's radio thing fell apart. The documentary fell apart. You know, she can't seem to get the right deal with Queen Radio. The documentary, she lost a lot of money and time with the documentary. I told you guys why on members only. She's now 42, 43 years old. And she sees all of the other rappers that came in during the time she came in. She sees the Drakes and the other acts, the Rihannas, even though she's not a rapper, the Beyoncés, the Jay-Z's, the 50 Cents, even though he came in afterwards, or he came in before Nicki. She sees these rappers, and she feels as though she should be on that level. I mean, she's rich. She's worth 180, 190, somewhere in there. Maybe even 200. But she's not as rich as those other people. Right? She tried the record label thing. It's not working out. It's not working out. And the thing about Cardi B that really, really bugs Nicki Minaj, and she'll never admit it because she wants us all to believe she cares nothing about Cardi B. Cardi B is no competition. But the thing that bothers her about Cardi B is that Cardi B is so acceptive. Everyone accepted her right away. And let's be honest. Cardi B is Nicki Minaj Latina. Let's just be honest. She's Nicki Minaj Latina. But the difference is people who have been in the game with Nicki Minaj was way more accepted to Cardi than Nicki. And they've been knowing Nicki longer. And that's because of Nicki's personality. Her personality. She rubs people the wrong way. She does. Now, she's never done anything to me. But again, I haven't been around her since 2012. But a lot of people don't like her. And yeah, that's probably her own doing. A good portion of it is probably her own doing. But as much as she tries to act as though it doesn't matter, it bothers her. It bothers her that the Barbs, this is why she holds on to the Barbs every word. This is why she refuses to, she can't stop making music. She wants to quit. She wants to quit. But if she does quit, she's going to be saying, well, what am I going to do now? She knows that the Barbs is the one to keep her going, to keep her relevant. Because people in the industry, they're over it. And I can tell you, this is a fact. This is a fact. Because if you notice, her thing going on with Jay-Z, Rock Nation, other than MIA, what person has come up and said, yeah, not even Wayne, and she was defending Wayne. Not even Wayne has said, yeah, I'm with Nicki. Not Wayne, not Drake, not Cole. Yeah, they're doing records with her, but nobody's stepping up saying, you right, Nicki, because nobody's going to ride with her like that. And I'll let you people know this. Her problem is with Beyonce. That's where her problem is with. Her problem's with Beyonce. But Beyonce's so big, and Beyonce's the queen of music, and she doesn't bother anybody, and she's just so big. She's so much bigger than everybody else. She's not gonna go up against Beyonce. You know what I'm saying? She's not gonna do that. So what's the best thing to do? A lot of the Beehive has already said they don't like Jay-Z. Jay-Z has gotten into news. A lot of people say, oh, I don't really like Jay-Z. I love Beyonce, but I don't really like Jay-Z. So she decided to take that angle. I don't have a problem with Beyonce, but I got a problem with her husband. Well, if you have a problem with her husband, just like Nicki has said on many occasions, if you got a problem with Kenneth Petty, you got a problem with Nicki Petty. Well, if you have a problem with Jay-Z, then you have a problem with Beyonce. You can't separate the two. It don't work like that. It don't work like that. So for all our fans saying, oh, no, she don't have a problem with Beyonce, cut it. Cut the BS. Save that for somebody else. That don't work with me. You got a problem with Beyonce because you're talking about her husband like a dog. You're calling him names. You're saying he's ugly. You're calling him a camel. You're saying he's a murderer. You're calling him all these different things. You're calling her husband and the father of her children a murderer, a PDF. But then you're going to say, oh, she don't have a problem with Beyonce. Yeah, you do. If you didn't, you do now. Period. What's up, Jocelyn? Because that is that woman's husband, and regardless of what anybody says, Beyonce loved herself some Jay-Z. Because if she didn't, as many times it's been said that he cheated on her, she would have been gone. She would have been gone. So, listen, man. You could tell when Beyonce put out that statement, when Tina put out that statement about, oh, people, instead of going off on people and losing, and going on rants, Tina was talking about Nicki Minaj. When Beyonce put out that end of the tour statement, she was taking shots at Nicki Minaj. That's the most response you're going to ever get back from them. Unless you take them to court. And Nicki Minaj does not have a case for Jay-Z taking money from her. Because if she did, she'd come out with the paperwork. She keeps saying, I got evidence, I got evidence, I got evidence, but then she doesn't show it. She just keeps talking on Twitter. She's doing that because what she's hoping for is that something happens with Jay-Z with one of these cases, and then she can piggyback off of that and then file her case, especially if Jay-Z loses the case. So that's what she's waiting on. She's waiting on one of these cases, either the Rymer or something, or one of these other cases. She's waiting for him to lose one of these cases, so then she can piggyback off that and come in and say, didn't I tell y'all? Didn't I tell y'all? So y'all let me know, man, what y'all think. I'm going to check back with y'all tomorrow. Make sure y'all check out all the videos on the IE Network. I'm about to get up out of here. We'll be back live tomorrow. Your boy Heaven Hollywood. Peace.